Hello and welcome. I am Laura Radnicki of lauraradnicki.com, a craft website with fast, fun, and easy crafts. And the best part is there's no perfection required. So we are here today. This is the start of the 30 Days of Ornaments project. We are going to make one ornament a day for 30 days, and today is day one. So welcome. I'm excited that you're here. So we're going to start with something really easy. And today's ornament is a mini embroidery floss tassel ornament. So these mini embroidery floss tassels are so cute. I absolutely love them. I made a ton of them. I've turned them into garlands, and you can just use them individually as ornaments. So there really is only 2 supplies you need if you want to make one, but I'm going to use 3 supplies. Truly, all you would need is an embroidery floss bundle and a scissors. That's all. You could make one of these just with that. I'm going to use twine as the string that will hang it on the tree instead of just embroidery floss because I love twine. I'm obsessed with twine. And I like the contrast of the rustic with the colored embroidery floss. So I'm going to use these 3 supplies and that's it. So the first step is to cut a piece of string for your hanging string, what will end up hanging your ornament on the tree. So maybe a foot or so. You can always trim this up later. So this is my hanging string. The next part is to take the paper off your embroidery floss bundle. And it doesn't matter if you this is the embroidery floss that's like twine or woven together, or if you have the other kind where it's just the straight strands together, it doesn't matter. The string looks a little different maybe, your final tassel will look a little different, but either is just fine. So the next part is to take a piece of string from your embroidery floss bundle, another maybe 8 inches or so, and this is going to end up being the string that's around the neck of your tassel. So clip a little string like that. So now you have 2 strings, one to hang it on the tree, one for the neck of your tassel, and your embroidery floss bundle. And now we're ready to go. So the first thing you'd want to do is lay your hanging string down. And you're going to take your bundle, and it's best if it's nice and bundled together. If you have just a wad of embroidery floss, this is going to be a lot more difficult. So it's best if you use one that's still all nice and neatly wound. So you want to take it and you're going to fold it in half over your hanging string. So you just fold it in half right over your string. So here's your string, and your embroidery floss bundle is folded in half over it. Okay. The next step, and you kind of want to make sure it's pretty even. The next step is to lay this second string that will go around the neck of the tassel down. Then lay this the start of your tassel on top, maybe a 1/2 inch. You want this string to be about 1/2 inch below the top. Okay, now you just take your string and you want to tie it once around the neck. Okay, then the next step, and I'm going to actually knot it because then it won't loosen up. So just one little knot. So you can see that it's starting to take shape there. Now you have these 2 longer pieces, and what you're going to do is wrap those around the neck of the tassel. And ultimately you want to wrap them around and have them end so that you can tie them in the back of your tassel. So I'm going to take the strand and wrap it around a couple times. Then I'm going to take this one, wrap it around the other way a couple times. Let's see if I can make one more. Yep, I can make it one more. So now you have 2 little pieces here, and you're going to knot those together very tightly. So let's do that here. I'm going to do 2 knots just so it makes sure that it stays. All right. Now you see things are starting to take shape. So this is going to be the back, obviously, and you want to trim these little pieces You want to get as close to the knot as you can without actually cutting the knot and causing it to unravel. All right, so the next step is to free up the bottoms of this tassel. So you want to cut the little loops free. Right now it's all the little loops in the bottom of the tassel. So you're going to take your scissors, you're going to go through and you're going to snip each loop free. And sometimes it's easy to miss some. So you want to go through, kind of pulling your scissors up, make sure that you cut all of them free because that's what's going to give your tassel the fringe on the bottom. So I go through it all, kind of pick it apart, make sure you didn't miss any. And then there's some that I missed. Keep going, make sure you get it all. You can kind of run your scissors through to make sure you didn't miss any. Okay. So then when you're done, you give it a good shake there, and then you can really see things taking shape. So the next step is just to clean it up. I think I did a pretty good job. There's not really any long pieces. I can see a little bit of unevenness, but remember what I said, there's no perfection required here. Do not let that stop you. I am very type A by nature, but not when I craft. So I completely embrace imperfection. Otherwise, I would never make anything. All right, so you give it a little shake. You can kind of go like this, see if we need to trim anything. I'm going to just trim the bottom of those because those are hanging a little bit lower. Go kind of like that. I think things are looking pretty good. So then the last step is to just take the hanging string that we have and we're going to tie it so that it's ready to hang on the tree. And this is up to you how long you want it to be. If you want it to just be, a shorter loop there, you can, or you can make it longer. The only thing you want to make sure is it's big enough to go over a tree branch. So I think something like, that's pretty good, maybe 3 inches. And you just tie a little loop. And then I'm going to trim off. You could leave it long like this, long twine or embroidery floss ends, but I cut it about 1 inch. And there we have it. See, that's our finished embroidery floss tassel ornament. Cute, right? So you can make it in any color you want. You can group them together. You could string some into a garland. You can use them in a whole bunch of different ways, but they're super fast. Once you get that down, you can make one in a couple minutes, maybe not even. Maybe do a challenge. See how fast you can make one. But yeah, super easy to make and a great start to our 30 Days of Ornaments project. So I invite you guys to come over and join our community at lauraradnicki.com. It's called the Mama Makers Club. And you get free access to our resource library when you sign up for that. And the resource library has free pattern printables for crafts on the site and free downloadable checklists and cheat sheets and other resources that inspire you and help you make more things quickly and easily with no perfection required. And I'd love for you to come over there and see what it's about, see if it's right for you, and maybe join us. So it is lauraradnicki.com/library. You can read more about it and see the kinds of crafts that are part of it there. And we will be back next time for day 2 of the 30 Days of Ornaments challenge. It is a challenge. 30 Days of Ornaments project is what I'm calling it, but it is a challenge because I had to come up with 30 different ornaments to show you guys. So I hope you'll join us next time, and we will see you then. Bye.